video, I'm going to be showing you guys one of the best London breakout forex trading strategies on the internet. And it took me a couple of years to come up with this strategy to like figure things out. It took me about 3 years to try and modify things and to make it work basically for me. And I'm going to be showing you guys how the strategy works. I'm going to be breaking it down. And I'm also going to be going over a couple of trades that showed up this week, the whole week from Monday to Friday. It was quite a slow week, but there were some good setups that showed up during the week. I personally didn't enter a lot of trades during this week, but I'm going to be showing you guys the trades that worked and the ones that didn't. So make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I think it's time to get started.
Now that on the charts, I'm just going to be explaining how the strategy works. Okay, so we all know the London breakout strategy, how it works, right? You're going to have an Asian range here. So the way a lot of people usually trade the London breakout is they wait for the market to consolidate during the Asian session, right? And after the Asian session, what's going to happen is they usually wait for the breakout during London session. So London session is going to be there's always going to be a breakout during London session, right? So when the breakout happens, what people usually do is they begin to trade that breakout. So if it's a buy, if it breaks out to the upside, a lot of people begin to buy at this level here, right? And if it breaks to the downside, first, a lot of people are going to be selling this. But what we're going to be doing here is we're not going to be taking the breakout of the range. Now, there are ways you can take the breakouts, right? There are ways you can do that, but it's not the way a lot of people usually do it. We're not going to be talking about that right now. But what's going to happen is, if, for example, if they break to the upside, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be waiting for the market to reverse. So you're going to be basically going against everyone else. So if they break to the upside, you're going to be looking for sells. If they break to the downside, you're going to be looking for buys. So in this example, now let's say they break to the upside, right? And they continue going up for a while. Then they give you, what you're going to be looking for is you're going to be looking for a double top or a double bottom. For example, in this example here, that they broke to the upside, you're going to be looking for a double top, which is also called an M formation, right? When you get this M formation, you're going to enter a sell right here. You're going to be taking a sell right at this area here. Now, in the case of the downside, if they break to the downside, they're going to wait to look for a W formation or a double bottom, and they're going to be basically entering here on the second leg. Don't enter once they break out, once they break the neckline. If you wait for them to break the neckline, that's a late entry and a very, very risky entry. So you're going to be looking to sell this and expect the market to continue down from there. And then if you bought this down here, you're going to be expecting the market to continue up from there. Now, you can't just trade this blindly. You have to also apply this with the context, with some context. When I say context, I mean with the trend. So you have to understand what cycle you are, what trend you are. If it's an uptrend, then you know you're going to be looking for buys. If it's a downtrend, then you're going to be looking for sells. There are only specific areas where you can trade against the trend if you know that the market is about to reverse at that certain area. Now we're going to be going over what happened on the pairs that I trade this week, right? From 22nd of January to that's from Monday to Friday, which was 26th of January, right? So we can see the pairs here. I'm going to be going over the pairs here. So the first one is USGBP. Let's just see if we can see a trade there. Now, if you look at this, you can clearly see that this is a downtrend, right? The market has been trending to the downside, right? So we're going to be looking for sells here, right? So let's see if we got any selling opportunities here. I can see one selling opportunity possibly here and here, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to basically go into the 15-minute chart to look at those opportunities, and I can see another example here, another opportunity somewhere here. All right, so let's go over to the 15-minute chart. Let's see how it looks. All right, so here on the 15-minute chart, you can see what happened. So what happened is the market consolidated here. Right, you can see the consolidation during the Asian session. So these boxes that you see here, this first box is the Asian session. The green box is the one at the middle. The green box is the London session, and then I don't know if you can see this, but there's a gray box, a very faint gray box here. That's the New York session, right? just for more understanding, for more context. So
before we move on, having a strategy is one thing, but having the capital to trade is what it all comes down to. Now, the Forex Founder, which is one of the best prop firms out there right now, are offering a 50% discount on their trading account from $10,000 all the way up to $1 million to trade. Now, they have different types of account. They have a one-step evaluation account, they have a two-step evaluation account, and they have a rapid evaluation account if you want to pass the account with speed. Now, also know that the discount will not last long. It will last for a limited time. So make sure you get access to the discounts. Not every day you get a 50% discount. In order for you to get access to the discount, simply use the link in my description of the video and use the discount code also written in the description of the video.
Here we can see that the market broke to the upside, right? And this one didn't really give a very good M formation. It's kind of like a sloppy M, right? So there's nothing there personally for me to take. If I was to sell this, I would most likely sell this. I'll most likely sell this somewhere here, right? But this is not really clean. This is just messy. So I will not really take that trade. So the next day we can see a very beautiful example here. So now we can see that the market consolidates during the Asian session here, breaks to the upside, gives us this M formation like this. And if we took sells here on this leg, if you waited for like 2 hours, I usually wait for after 2 hours. If I see I'm not in profit after 2 hours, I usually close the trade. So after 2 hours here, I would have closed the trade and then waited to see if I can get another entry. So since that one became invalid, they gave us a larger structure here like this. You can see the M formation, right? So you basically enter sells here. Stop loss goes above the highs. Safe. That's a very safe place to put it, above the highs. All right. And if you go for 1 to 2, you can see this one went very clean. Most of the one thing you'll notice about entering these formations, these MRW formations, is the moment you enter the trade, most of the time you're gonna be in profit immediately. The market is not gonna just begin to like play around and then go in your direction. No, if it plays around like that, most of the time it doesn't work out. The ones that work out usually go in your direction immediately. So that one was a good trade there. Now here, this is kind of like going against the trend. All right, I will not advise this unless you know what you're doing. All right, so I was actually looking for buys here on Friday. All right, I took buys here. So you can see that the Asian session consolidation, you can see the breakouts. All right, so I took buys here. All right, but the market began to consolidate. So after 2 hours, I closed the trade. Eventually went in my direction, but I didn't catch it, so I just left it alone. Right? So let's move on to the next pair. Let's go back to the 1 hour charts. That's usually where I like to look at before I go on to the 15-minute chart. So what can we see here? We can see that the market is in a downtrend. So let's see if we can get possible trade setups here. So looking at this from the 1 hour chart, I can see that there's a possible setup somewhere here and another possible setup somewhere here. And then if we trade reversals, I can see something here. All right. So let's go to the 15-minute chart. Here on the 15-minute chart, we can see, okay, we didn't get anything here. No M formation there. And then, okay, the next day, we have a very clean setup here. So you can see this M formation I formed here. And if you want to talk about larger structure, you can see this. All right, so if you took sales anywhere inside here, for example, let's say you took sales here on the second leg, or you waited for them to go down a little bit, stop loss goes above. If you went for 1 to 2, you would have caught this easy. All right, you can see that the moment you enter the trade, it goes in your direction. All right. Here they didn't really give a second leg, they just give a first leg. All right. So if I was to take this, buys, normally I usually wait for the second leg, but it's not every time you have to wait for the second leg. If you're trading, this is a different type of setup basically. Right. So let me not go into that. Let's just stay on topic here. So let's go to GBP USD. What happened here? Let's try to identify the trend. So we can basically see that GBP USD has been in a consolidation for a while, right? But we can see that there's an uptrend forming here, right? So let's see if we can get buys. Okay, all I'm seeing here, there was no buys, but there was a bit of sells somewhere here. and somewhere here, right? So if you took this M formation here, this was a good sell. If you sold here, stop loss goes above 122, 123, you would have caught that. And if you took sells here too, you can see this M formation here. If you took these sells, this would have been very, very good too. Although this is kind of messy, but if you took sells here, you would have caught this 122, right? Also on Friday, yeah, you can see this beautiful M formation here, right? M formation like this. This is a stop ons with news, right? Let's go to the next pair, CAD CHF. Okay, so we can see that the market was going to the upside. I was looking for a reversal on this pair. The market reversed and nothing really happened anymore on the pair. So let's go to the next pair, EUR-CHF. Really nothing on this pair too. GBP-CHF, nothing on this pair. USD-CHF, let's see, nothing on this pair. I think the only thing that showed up on this pair was on Friday here. You can see this W formation, but it didn't really move anywhere. All right, so that was just sad. So let's see, EuroCAD. Now EuroCAD, I was looking for sells at this high, but they did not give me. I was looking for a second leg here. They did not give me a second leg. All right, if they gave me a second leg, I would have caught this, but they didn't give me a second leg, so I left this one alone, and it fell for about 120 pips. Right. GBP card. Let's see. There is nothing here. Okay, I can see something here on Friday. So you can see the consolidation here, right? They broke to the downside, then they broke to the upside, give you this M formation. If you took sales here, that would have been good. If you took sales here, that would have been good. Stop loss goes above the highs. All right, USD card. Let's go to the 1 hour chart. Let's see. Monday, Tuesday. Okay, we have something going on here. All right. And they reverse off of this high up here. All right, so let's go to the 15-minute charts. Let's look at this real quick. Okay, so we have this W formation here, but the only thing about this is you will not be able to catch this based on the fact that this is a very huge candle, which I think was brought up by news. All right, so if you're entering this, if you entered here, that would not be a good entry because your stop loss will be too large. All right, so this is a pass for me basically. Then on the JPY pairs, really there was nothing on these pairs all week because they just decided to move during the Asian session as they usually do. So CHF JPY, nothing here. EUR-JPY. I was looking for buys on EUR-JPY here on Friday. I was waiting for a second leg. They did not give me the second leg like this. They only gave me a first leg and would have caught this. This went for about almost 100 pips. If they gave me a second leg, I would have caught this, but they did not give me a second leg there. So I left that one alone. GBP GPY, nothing here, just sideways consolidation. And then the last one is USD GPY. This one too, you can see nothing going on here. Nothing going on here. They just moved in the Asian session. The only thing I can see here is something down here. If you took these buys down here, that would have been good. If you took buys here, stop loss goes below. All right, we'd have caught this, but it's not really a huge move. Very, very small move. All right, so
Hey, glad you could make it to the end of this video. Now, trading Forex could be a lonely thing. It's just you on the market alone, trading the charts. That's why it's good to have a community with you. Now, I have a free community, a free Telegram community where you can join and interact with like-minded people, chasing the same goal of making money trading Forex. Right, so I have a free community. You can check the link in the description, and I'm gonna also be creating a private community, and inside that community you're gonna have a lot of different courses teaching you my Forex trading strategy, teaching you everything I know for the past 3 years, gathering everything together and then putting it into that course, basically draining my mind of all the information that I have, teaching you guys how to trade my strategy, how to trade the strategy that I showed you in this video. And if that sounds interesting, the link will be in the description. You can click the link there to join the mailing list. The community and the course is not yet launched yet, but sign up on the link so that when it launches, you'll be the first to know. And hey, subscribe to the channel and like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.